This is a Bailey Pageant Normandie. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van you've got the jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate this to you in person here on site. In the front locker you have your gas bottle with gas regulator on the bulkhead. On-off valve on top of the gas bottle to turn on and off the gas supply. And you have your reverse thread fitment that goes into the bottle itself. Down the side of the van, on either side, you have your wind down legs that stabilise the caravan while it's on site. So you'd lower the legs down onto the floor. You'd never lift the caravan off the ground with these legs. It could potentially damage the floor of the caravan. You then have an aerial connection in this box here, so you can connect your aerial to the side of the van for your TV. The cover here comes off, which is your heating and hot water flow for when you run the systems on gas on board the van. Then have your water pump connection. Your water pump connection is very simple to use. You push the pump into place and lock it in with the little cap on top here. And then you've got your water pump that drops down inside the aqua roll. You've got your two fridge vents on the side of the van, just here. You need to remove the cover off this one prior to use. Behind one of these as well, there will be a gas flue when you're in the fridge on gas. Essentially they are just to let hot air out the back of the fridge unit and take some cool air in. You've then got your toilet flush tank. You'll open the tank up here and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. In the bottom you have your toilet waste cassette. You pull up the yellow handle at the bottom, pull the cassette towards you. The neck here will turn out so you can tip the waste away. And on the back of the cassette you've got your yellow pressure relief button, so when you are tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. On the back of the van on either side again, you've got your wind down legs to stabilise the van. Like I said, you'd never lift the van with them, it could potentially damage the floor. Coming down the door side of the van, you have a 3-pin socket to allow power out to the awning. Your 12-volt battery, which will be taken off prior to the van being taken. It's just on there to demonstrate that the van is working, or everything is working. And then you have your mains power lead coming to the side of the van, and in here you have your motor mover power switch. Again, we'll demonstrate the motor mover while you're here on site. Going inside the van, on the left hand side as you walk in the door, you have the main control panel. You have your master power switch just here. You have your interior lighting, your awning light for the outside of the van, and you have your water pump run. At the top here, you have your voltmeter. Now the voltmeter is very simply there just to tell you what is in the battery on board the van. To fill the water system up on board the caravan, you're first of all going to come underneath the seat on the front right hand side. And underneath the seat you have the yellow drain down valve. The yellow drain down valve needs to be parallel with the floor before you fill the water system up. And if you want to drain the water system down, that valve will need to be upright, pointing towards the bottom of the seat. So like I said, always parallel with the floor when you want to fill the system, upright when you want to drain it down. Once you've got that valve parallel with the floor, you're going to come over to the tap and you're going to find the hot position on the tap and open every tap up on board the caravan. Now as you can see, I've already filled the water system on this particular van. But like I said, you'll open the tap up. That's the shower and the bathroom tap as well. And then you'll turn your water pump on. Once the water pump's turned on, the water system will start filling. And once it's completely full, you'll have water coming out of every tap on board the caravan continuously. At that point, you can turn every tap off on board the van because the water system is full. You can then come to the control panel down on the floor down here. You have your power switch just here for your heating and hot water, so you need to have the main power switch on. That is your mains hot water. So when you connect it to power on site, for instance. And if you're off-grid, you'll use gas to power the water system. Now on the electric, it is a preset temperature of around 35 to 40 degrees. To get the gas system to ignite, you'll need to make sure the gas bottle's on. You'll spin the outer grey dial around to the flame symbol. And then the green light that's in here is essentially your pilot light to let you know it has ignited on gas. If it fails to ignite, you'll have a red light that appears in there. However, if it's ignited, you can control the water temperature between 30 and 70 degrees on the gas option. To turn the gas supply back off, you'll turn it to the off position. You would need to use the gas to boost the water system while you are showering on board the caravan. So you'd have, if you're on site with just electric, or electric power, sorry, you'll have the electric water heater on. But you would also need to turn the gas on to boost it while you're showering. The next thing we're going to come to is the heating on board the caravan. Now first of all, we're going to go through the electric heating. Very simple to use. You have the power switch on the right hand side here, which puts power to this switch just here. Down the side of it, you'll see you've got 500, 1000 and 2000. What you'll essentially do is select the power that you have available on the site you are on. So for instance, if you're on a site with 1000 watts of power available, you'll select the 1000 down the side here. Then you'll control the temperature of the heater on the dial in the centre. The higher you go with the number, the hotter the heater will be. Like I said, it will depend on what site you're on to what you select the power to down the side of this dial. If you're off grid, then you'd have this turned off, the same as the electric switch there. But then you can go to your gas heating on board the caravan. Now to do that, you've got a dial on the left hand side here. You can spin the dial round between 10 and 9. Hold down the gas valve and it will self-ignite on gas. When it has ignited, you'll have a pilot light in this window down the front of the heater. And once it's been ignited for around 5 to 10 seconds, you'll slowly release the gas valve and then you'll be able to control the heater on the dial on top. To turn the gas supply back off, you'll turn it back to the 0 just here, and that will isolate the gas supply. If you want to use blown air on the caravan, so the heat comes out the vents around the caravan, you can also do that. On top here, you'll find your fan speed dial. The dot here indicates the heat coming out the front of the heater. The wave symbol on the left hand side indicates continuous blown air. So that's a bit like when your fans are in your car continuously. And on the right hand side here, you've got automatic blown air. So essentially the thermostat will tell the blown air to cut in and out as the heater warms up and cools down. Like I said, on either of these you can use the blown air, the fan speed on top, to control how much air is blown around the van. The dot in the centre, like I said, will just allow the heat to come out the middle of the heater rather than the vents around the van. Next up, we're going to go to the fridge. So the fridge itself has an off position just here. You have gas option. To get it to ignite on gas, it will self-ignite. However, you need to push in the temperature valve on the right hand side here. And when it has ignited on gas, this little red line will come round into the green. If you want to use mains power, you need to select the mains power on the control on the left hand side. So again, you put the dial to the mains option, and that will allow the fridge to work on your mains power supply. On the right hand side, again, you'll control the temperature on this dial on the right hand side, whether it be on gas or electric. When you turn the caravan down the road, you can use the fridge as a cool box. So you can put it onto the 12 volt mode, for instance, just here, and that will essentially allow the fridge to work as a cool box. It will only work on a cool box while you are connected to the car, as the fridge will not run from the 12 volt supply on board the caravan. The cooker, hob and grill all work very much the same as your household appliances, no differences at all there. Igniter on the front, as you'd expect to see. In the bathroom, again, very simple to use toilet system. Pump flush on the toilet, so you pump the toilet up and down to allow the toilet to flush. You have a toilet full indicator light just here, which will illuminate when the toilet waste cassette is full. The toilet seat itself will turn for your convenience. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette from underneath the van, you need to make sure the toilet is pointing straight across the van. Down below the toilet, you also have your grey waste handle. The grey waste handle is simply there to allow the waste into the cassette underneath the caravan. If you have any further questions on the Bailey Pageant Normandie, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. We appreciate the business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon when you collect your caravan. Thank you for now. Bye bye.